Hello once again everyone, very welcome back to my channel. This is maybe recap. This is Together the series episode 9. How did you guys feel about the last episode? Did you guys like it? I hope you guys like it a lot because the same for me. Alright, so there's so many things to discuss in this episode, so let's do not waste time and let's start our recap together. So from the last episode, if you can remember, Ty and Sarawat got beaten up by someone which we are not sure yet who is that gonna be. Then it continued to this beginning of this episode that they had to do first aid for each other. So this is the first time that Ty decided to stay over in Sarawat's place, and there are so many moments happening right there. They were doing the first aid for each other. This sofa scene, actually they adjusted a bit because actually this sofa scene is gonna happen when Ty's brother P-Type, he's gonna come and stay over in their place after Ty and Sarawat moved into the same apartment. So P-Type gonna come and stay with them for 1 week. Actually that sofa scene is supposed to be there. P-Type and Ty, they are sleeping together on the same bed and Sarawat is supposed to sleep on the sofa. But when P-Type falls asleep, Sarawat gonna come and pick Ty up from the bed and stay together in the sofa so they can squeeze in the sofa together. So I think that scene is not gonna happen. I'm not sure even if P-Type gonna come and stay in their place later on after they moved in. But actually it's one of the major thing, you know, because that is gonna be the moment that P-Type gonna discover that actually these two are together. Because P-Type gonna catch later that they slept together on the sofa and they kiss at night as well. Another thing that I really like is that scene that Sarawat was putting the plaster on Ty's finger because Ty got hurt from playing guitar, right? So Sarawat has to put all the plaster. I can't imagine the pain, so that's why I can never play guitar. I really admire all of you who's playing guitar. It hurts, guys. So when he's doing first aid and Sarawat said that, will you marry me, like twice, you know? I'm not sure if this scene is in the book as well or not, but I couldn't remember anything about that. But this is such a cute scene, cute moment. The first one is like killing me so much already, and they still had a second one like, yeah, just marry me, something like that. That one is super cute. And then there's gonna be more moments for sure, so just be ready for that. I'm not sure how far GMM is gonna go because the NC, I'm not sure in English you guys call it NC as well, but it's kind of like the scene which need a censor. So because one whole episode in the book dedicated for this scene, I cannot say anything because it's super like intimate. What can I say? Yeah, it was rough, it was, but more than that, it was super funny. Even they're having a moment together, but you cannot stop laughing. It's planned when they're gonna make love. It's planned before that they went out and buy all the equipment they need together, and it's super funny. That thing happened in the mall or supermarket, and they met man at that place. We're gonna discuss about man and B-Type later as well, guys. Alright guys, before we move on to something else, let's talk about something major. It's about P-Type and Man and Pukong. So these three, the storyline is completely different from the book. I was not sure. I told you guys in my previous video, right? I couldn't remember anything about the meeting of Man and P-Type at seminar place, and all those like Earn has to go fake herself to be the one who's talking with P-Type in line application, and they met and P-Type knew the truth that actually Earn was faking it. And I was right because there is no such a thing there. When P-Type and Man they met in the novel is super funny because I think the series tried to expedite to let them meet and create a new storyline for them because actually there was nothing much about this couple. But it's super funny every time because every time when they met in the novel they fought all the time, and it is super funny. Do you know that's why that, okay, if I have to say it 100 times, I would select Gunsmile to play Man because Man and P-Type they fought and flirt at the same time, and P-Type, his character is totally different from Ty. Even Ty told by himself that the character is from the different world. Like Ty is cheerful, cheer up, lively, but P-Type is kind of like ghosty style and doesn't have any emotions at all. In the book, P-Type came to see Ty after they shifted the apartment, stay with Sarawat and Thai for 1 week. And this is so funny because first P-Type saw something is wrong in the Instagram and suspected about the relationship of Sarawat and Thai. So that's why P-Type came and stayed together with them. P-Type used the duct tape, like the yellow duct tape, to separate their territory in the room. So P-Type said that Thai can walk anywhere he wants, but Sarawat had to only stay in one place which is belong to him. That is the sofa side. So that's why this sofa scene happened later on. About Man and P-Type once again, when they met, the dialogue and the conversation is so long. They were hitting each other like back and forth, and Man always say that yes, I'm gonna make you my wife, I'm gonna make you my wife. So that makes it so funny. So we're not gonna give up because let's see, maybe it's gonna be interesting in the series as well, because how they met is kind of funny already, but the character is totally different. P-Type is not that weak, is not that quiet. P-Type, he dressed up head to toe, he has his own ego in the book, but like in the series I feel like he's very weak and kind of like very sad. One more thing as well, this one is a limitation I know, but in the book they mention as well that actually P-Type and Thai they look like each other. Talking about again Pukong and Sarawat, you know, because I continue reading it and I can really see the same character in both of them, which I cannot see in the series. Pukong actually he is very smart in the book because later on when he met Thai, he's gonna stay with Thai and their conversation is so smart. They are as smart as each other because Pukong is trying to catch that is Thai is really with Sarawat. And actually the surprise later, which is not so surprise anymore, like I think I can talk now. Actually Pukong knew from the beginning when Sarawat met Thai from last year in the Scrubb concert at this university. Sarawat told Pukong everything. Sarawat wrote a song for Thai and they did the recording from last year. So Pukong was from the first page. Eventually everything gonna reveal that actually everyone know everything from the beginning. But I think the series they wouldn't do that because there are some conflict already. Actually in the book, Man and Team, I mean like Sarawat's friend, they knew from the first day Thai approached Sarawat and asked Sarawat to be a fake boyfriend. So they were helping Sarawat from that day because Sarawat told them from the first day that this is the guy I like. I met him before last year and I really like to make a move on him. But now we can see in one of the episodes already that Man seems to be surprised that Sarawat liked the guy and made fun of him and say sorry to him later. So this part we will just leave it aside because now it's completely different. Last week there was a drama on Twitter talking about how they changed the plot and the characters from the book, and we as a reader, as a fan of this novel before, we were quite disappointed with it because they made Thai's group of friends so annoying. They came an issue of the sexual harassment as well when they were looking for a girl, make fun of the girl body. But to be honest, the writer of this book, she's a girl, so the scene that they are criticizing the girl's body and everything in the book is way more than this, which I do understand because I have a lot of guy friends and you know what, then when they are talking about girls it's worse than this. But I don't know, some of us like the fans, we made a drama of it because this TV series is supposed to be for everyone. And about changing the plot and the character, Man, P-Type, Pukong, P-Milk, I can say like it's a big change as well. I hope that the main couple, Sarawat and Thai, I hope they're gonna maintain the vibe like that because some of the situation have been cut off. It's fine because they don't have all the time for that, right? But the core is still there. One more thing that I'd like to talk about is the scene at the football field. Once again, I told you guys already that there's gonna be something major happen at that football match as well, and P-Mew is gonna be in the scene as well. However, I feel like they should give more airtime for this scene because this scene is kind of epic in the book because this scene is the last page of book 1. Sarawat went for the football match and got a hit from the opponent, right? Actually his knee was misplaced. It was a big thing and Thai was sick that he fainted at the same time and P-Mew came and interfered. Actually that scene Sarawat announced loudly to Pimil, "You please do not mess with the one who has someone already. So please do not mess with my boyfriend," something like that. All the people at the match, they were so surprised. So I really like that scene, but it was cut short to be placed in the series, so that's one of the things. Again, talking about Pimil and Pugong, the scene happened in the library. Actually, what happened in the book is actually it's gonna be two groups of people, like Sarawat groups of friends, and the group from architecture, faculty, and engineering as well. It's such a big group. They changed it just to be Thai and Sarawat and Pimil. That's it. I don't know. Maybe they don't want to pay for all the cast. This is just slightly different. And Pimil's jacket actually is gonna be their like a shop shirt, like the same as engineering, the architecture faculty. They have that shop as well. So the shirt that Pimil puts on Thai is not actually his jacket. Moving on, talking about Pimil, so I would like to talk about Pugong because he seems so dumb in the series because he's after Pimil all the time. In the series now, we're gonna see his development that he's gonna say something to Pimil because Pimil hit his beloved brother. It doesn't make sense though because Pimil hates Sarawat and Pimil knows a lot about Sarawat. Pugong was in the university. How come that Pimil doesn't know that they are brothers? So there is no way because Sarawat and Pugong, they are everywhere on the social media platform. So this one, it really doesn't make sense. I don't know how GMM wants it to be later. So let's see because there is no such a thing in the book at all. Well, I was talking about the ice cream scene in my previous episode, right? Now you can see that from ice cream they changed it to be blue Hawaii, my favorite drink. Thank you for one of my viewers that you explained what blue Hawaii is. If I have a chance to go back to Thailand or go to Hawaii, definitely I'm gonna have one. So Fong was the friend who tried to compare things to that blue Hawaii and that ice cream thing that, okay, if you want to keep your thing that you really like to have, just keep it tightly. Because in the series, you can see that Thai drop blue Hawaii drink, right? But in the book, Thai drop ice cream. And this scene is so funny, it's so deep. Okay, one more drama. They were discussing about 3 pictures as well, that the last picture was not there, the Scrubb picture and Thai Sarawat picture. So that was a big discussion on Twitter as well. Let's come back to this ice cream. Like I say, Thai didn't want to accept his feeling for Sarawat. But the friend, they were trying their best to get it out from Thai's heart, right? Because Thai is like, no, 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 no. And now in the series, you can see that they are very annoying. There are so many complaints from the fans as well. Like, why Thai's friend, they're supposed to be cute, they're supposed to be caring and helpful. Why they are super annoying and trying to separate Thai and Sarawat, which in the series, they didn't review. Why was that so? Actually, in the book, this one has a reason behind. Thai's friend once tried to realize that actually he fell for Sarawat already and just say it out loud by saying like, okay, Sarawat looks so good with that girl, Sarawat looks so good with the fan, please leave Sarawat so Sarawat will have a good life. Thai should get his own girlfriend or something like that just to trigger Thai's feeling. When Thai was having ice cream and looking at Sarawat, you know, Thai was about to cry and Thai's friend was saying, you know what, just let Sarawat go, just let him go, just let him go. Thai was so struggling with his feeling and eating ice cream and almost cried, you know, and then his ice cream fell on the floor. You know what, I really like the language because the description is so deep. When ice cream fell on the floor, at the same time Thai's tear is falling down, and then Thai's friend was still telling him like, just leave Sarawat, just leave it, just leave it. And Thai was crying and friend asked Thai like, okay, why are you crying? So Thai said that because I dropped my ice cream. It seems like the friend doesn't know anything, right? But then Thai said like, yeah, when I drop ice cream, I have a cone, so should I buy the new one? And then the friend is so smart, he say like, yes, if you don't want to drop your ice cream, just hold it tight. I really like this line, to be honest. Next, if you're gonna kill me, please come and kill me because I'm gonna comment about Gun's smile again. Oh my god, he was there for like 5 seconds, right? When he got hit in the football match, he got hit and he got hurt and he was like, ah, it's just so funny. So that's all my comments. I really like him he stole the scene again. So well, to conclude in this episode, it's so cute. The last scene was like that, okay? When Thai went and performed his show and Sarawat asked him, I'm so done with flirting, can you be my boyfriend? This is what was happening in the book. So this is the same. And it's so funny because in the book, when man shouted the lyrics, you know, like, can Thai be my boyfriend? Man was the one who shouted. And the people around, they were gonna ask like, man, do you like Thai? So people thought that actually who likes Thai is man, you know. So then man had to say no, it's Sarawat, and Sarawat asked Thai to be the boyfriend, and Thai was shocked. After this scene, the point of view of the narrator gonna change from Thai to Sarawat. Then, now we're gonna know, I hope we're gonna see in the next episode that Sarawat gonna be the one who's telling the story from the beginning. How they met, when they met, and what did he feel when he met Thai, and how did he work on their relationship. I think again as well, like next episode, maybe Sarawat's family gonna come and visit them. Another girl, Pam, she seems to be Sarawat's first love, so let's see if GMM gonna put Pam in the scene or not. Alright, so to sum up, there are two major differences which I feel in this episode. First, Pugong, he's supposed to be a smart kid and he's supposed to be a very hot guy. I'm so sorry for Nong Frank's fan that I couldn't see that aura from him yet. And in the book, Sarawat and Pugong, they are fighting to get Thai's attention as well, you know, and Sarawat even feel jealous with his own brother, which is super funny. But don't worry, Pugong has nothing to do with this. We're talking about major differences already, that Pugong supposed to be smart, man supposed to have more airtime. One more thing actually, that Pitai's character is totally different. He's not like a loser, like a very quiet guy, but he seems like a very tough, very smart as well, that he can catch Thai and Sarawat together. We have a few episodes left to finish on the TV, right? I'll see you again next week. If you have any discussion, please mention it below. It's so sad to hear from one of you that they stopped translating on Wattpad because of the copyright though, so I hope there's gonna be a real version because I really want you guys to read every letters of it and you will enjoy. Once again, happy weekend, enjoy your weekend guys, and I will see you again next week. Thank you.